Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakodash. Double honors unto my apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and safety to all the sincere Akim. That's out here pushing this word in truth and in all sincerity. Shalom. And shalom to all the sincere sisters that are out there as well. Yeah, man. What is the day? Wednesday. Another morning, you know. And excuse me. I wanted to, I guess, Spirit is on me to speak on, I guess, you know, we got the Day of Atonement coming up. It'll be tomorrow, starting tomorrow evening. All right, that's the 24th evening going into the 25th evening. So Thursday evening to Friday evening is the Day of Atonement, for those that didn't know. Okay, what is the Day of Atonement? It's a high holy day found in, basically, you could say, a high holy month, because we're in the 7th month. So in this Day of Atonement, we are, as the word goes, or as it sounds, we atone for our sins. We afflict ourselves for our sins. But here's the kicker: is, you know, when you're coming out of this Babylonian, African American, Spanish man, Caribbean man energy, Christian man energy, it's a little nerve-wracking. It can be a little a little scary. I ain't gonna lie. Like the first year I heard about a fast like that, it wasn't like I had never, like, when you're in the world or when you're in Christianity, there really isn't any fasting involved. Some churches do get into it, but that's not the norm. You know, some churches will attempt to do the Daniel fast, which is cool, you know, but when it comes down to, you know, a strict hard fast, like the Day of Atonement fast, no water, no food, that is a little nerve-wracking, to say the least. So I just wanted to put it out there to the people that, you know, if this is your first year, or your first, do your best. Do your best. I would suggest between today and all of tomorrow until evening, of course, you do your best to properly hydrate yourself. You know, eat some fruits. You know, try to get some watermelon in you. Try to get some, melon in you. You know, fruits of which that are high in water consumption. You want to get your electrolytes out. You know, one thing that I learned from the apostles years ago, specifically, I want to say, I could be wrong, I want to say Elder Apostle Ramlab was the one that I kind of got this from, and Apostle Gabar at different times, to be real with you. So my mind is just fixated on one, but they both have said this. When it's good to, maybe before your fast, get some, coconut water in you, and then in your fast, with some coconut water, because you want to replenish. There's a way of handling these things. I share a story that I learned years ago watching a show, 1,000 Ways to Die. And in the show, 1,000 Ways to Die, this Arab dude, this Ishmaelite, a so-called Arab, was in prison, right? And he broke out of the prison, right? He broke out of the prison. Um, so for him to be able to break out of the prison, he had to um, he what am I trying to say? He he basically starved himself, right? To be able to fit through the bars at the prison. So he starved himself, you know, to get through those bars. And he did successfully, right? He actually successfully, you know, shrunk himself down enough to squeeze through those bars to escape. And when he did when he escaped, he ran. He went to his family's house, and they were like happy to see him, and this, that, and the third. And you know, in them other cultures, they always have, you know, even in our culture, you know, we're big on having feast, you know, having food and gatherings. You understand? So that's what they did for him and with them. They gave him a feast, and basically, he died. He died from the actual feast. He ate too much foods that were too heavy on his stomach or on his belly, on his system at that moment. And it actually was his own, that's what led to his death. You know, so you have to control yourself going into it, and you got to control yourself coming out of it as well. You can't end your fast with a greasy greasy cheeseburger, okay, or fried chicken, you know. So really, through the spirit, you know, over the next 48 hours, you know, you kind of want to be in the spirit of what's the word I'm looking for? You really want to be in the spirit of fasting and detoxing. Now, like I said, if you're watching this video or you get to see this video, you know, this is the way you want to put yourself in the spirit through of getting yourself prepared. And even so, it's like I said, even though it ends Friday on the evening, that doesn't mean Friday night you eat a greasy something greasy. You may want to finish the fast with a salad, like I say, salad or some fruit, or get your herbs in your system, you know, your sea moss, whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? But it's a way of which you do this, and you want to make sure that you're doing it properly. You know, that's the diet side of it, the food side of it. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a little tired. I'm about to get off anyway. But the other side of this is the spiritual side. Like I said, this is a day of us showing the Lord. First of all, you know, in the spirit, we don't necessarily, I'm saying this, but not to give you an excuse to not do it. So don't take it this way. You know, you should want to do this. That's the point of what I'm saying here too, is we don't necessarily have to, because lawfully or through the spirit or through faith, Yahweh Shai atoned for all of our sins. So him atoning for our sins, being that, you know, that perfect sacrifice, that lamb, we're covered. You know, I think First John, the 3rd chapter, speaks on that those that are born in Mashiach Yahweh Shai is not born of sin. There's no sin in them. So when there's no sin in you, that's because you're of Yahweh Shai. But in the sake of being in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, this is what we do, because, you know, it's necessary. You know, we still want to show the Lord that we are fighting in the spirit, not in the flesh. All right, this is a spiritual battle. You know, 1 Corinthians tells us that what? You know, our weapons of warfare are not carnal, but spiritual. Okay? Now, with all that being said, like I said, you know, in the beginning, it's a little difficult, a little hard, but then you get to a certain point of your life I've been, this is, over 10 years I've attempted, I will not say attempted, um, participated in this high holy day, you know. Um, but in the last several years, it's actually gotten to a point where I actually look forward to the Day of Atonement. I used to dread. I could say that. You know what I mean? I could say that. Because you're young, you're scared, you're worried about a lot of things. It's in the middle of the summer. It'd be hot. Long days. It'd just be the flesh. It'd just be the flesh telling you, trying to stop you from doing the right thing. But now that I've gotten older, I look forward to it because through the spirit, I'll be like, yeah, I need this, for different reasons. And, for me, which I'm putting it out there for anybody watching through the spirit, is one of the main reasons we need this day is we always got to make sure that we are checking our pride. Pride is always something. If you think that you don't got nothing that you working on or fighting on, I promise you, that's pride in itself. If you don't, the pride is the biggest killer of Israelites. So we need a day like this to suffer ourselves in the spirit, to fight against that pride demon that's within us, man. See, you can have, you should be in the spirit of asking the Lord for forgiveness. Mainly, like I said, asking the Lord for forgiveness of pride, man. That pride demon, it's sneaky, and it'll creep up on you. And there's the healthy pride, as there's healthy fear, and then there's unhealthy pride, and I'm speaking about the unhealthy pride. Like I spoke on my lesson the other day, that stubbornness, things of that nature, shit like that can really be stubbornness is actually a side effect of pride. So, like I said, I'm not gonna make this too much longer. I just really wanted to speak in the spirit of, a Day of Atonement is a beautiful thing once you understand what it's there for. And not just that, fasting in general, you know, um, I do, I'm not even gonna act like I'm the best with it. Um, I'm better now in years now than I was in past. I could say that, but not as good as I would love to be. And that's something I personally am challenging myself to work on. But overall, brothers and sisters, I just wanted to throw this out here. You know, um, do your best. Attempt. If you're new to this and you've never done it before, do your best. Go as long as you can. Go as long as you can with no food and no water. And then if you feel yourself where it's like you feel like you're breaking, which, through the spirit, the Lord have it set up where we could get through this, man. You know what I mean? Take the day calmly. It should be a calm day. Shouldn't be doing this like me. My job is an outdoor job, so I took that day off. And to be real with you, if they wouldn't have gave me the day off, I wasn't about to come up here, because I choose to suffer in the name of the Lord than me coming up here suffering in the name of the Lord and at this goddamn job in the heat. Like, absolutely not. This is not something you want to play with. You want to make sure that like I say, you want to make sure you hydrated. You want to make sure that you get you some good fruits in you, some vegetables, leaves. You want to make sure that because your body is going to cut off its digestiveness. All right. What you want to pray, this is the day that you want to send up all the Hebrew prayers you can. You want to anoint yourself. You want to do all those things that's going to put you in the spirit to receive the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. And we need it, man. Okay. Hey, so with that, I'm going to close this up. It really wasn't much scriptures I hit. I quoted a few, but I just really wanted to speak on the fact of, what we're in the Sabbath now, from last night till tonight. And then tonight, Wednesday to Thursday night, is the space where you really want to go hard. You want to make sure that you're drinking, I would, as much water as you can. Throw a Powerade in there. Throw a Gatorade in there for electrolytes. Get a coconut water if you can. Um, take your sea moss. Do anything that can have your body in the most alkaline space that you can while you're going through this. You don't want to have a bunch of greasy chicken in you and A bunch of, you know what I'm saying. Like, you don't want that in your system right now. So really, if it ain't there, just keep it out until maybe Saturday, you know. And then, Lord willing, we'll have a beautiful Saturday camp, because the Sabbath, the Day of Atonement will end Friday night, and then we'll wake up, and go get straight to it, So with that, I want to close this up. I want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Rakakwadash. Hey, double honors unto my apostles and others, a great millstone. Peace and safety to all you sincere Akim, man, all you brothers, man. I pray for you. We're here for each other. So, let's just keep fighting, man. You're not alone, no matter where you are. Even you brothers, if I've never met you, I'm here and I pray for you. If you're in the spirit, I pray for you, and I pray that you pray for me. And same thing with you sisters, man. It's to the point where we're at the end of this, and it's gonna get ugly, and we gotta continue thou with a godly man that that keepeth the commandments. Sirach 37:12. Hey, so with that, I want to close up. I want to say shalom.